Welcome to the Tailgate Debate. You're here with Anthony, Zach, Jamie, and Earl.
What's up, fellas? We are back. So this episode, we're going to be doing a prediction and preview of Week 4 college, and then we will do a quick picks of NFL Week 3. So let's start with college Week 4. If we all have the same, I'm going to skip it. We can come back and talk about it if we want to, if it's a game that we want that's worth mentioning. Otherwise, I'll just skip through. But otherwise, we'll go me, Earl, Zach, Jamie. Just say who you got. West Virginia is at Virginia Tech. This is a Thursday night game. I have Virginia Tech.
I have West Virginia.
Zach?
West Virginia.
I also have West Virginia.
All right, Maryland, Michigan. We all have Michigan. This really should be a rout. I think even the Maryland fans have already started putting their clothes away for the season. Florida, Tennessee. Florida, Tennessee. We all have Tennessee, but obviously we want to talk about that game, so let's come back to it. Texas Tech. I got Texas.
I have Texas.
Texas
Zach,
Tech.
same order. Come on, dumbasses.
You cut her all off, bitch. I was waiting. I thought he was going to repeat himself.
Jamie.
We're off to a hot start. I got Texas.
All right, Notre Dame, UNC. I got UNC.
I have Notre Dame.
I got North Carolina.
Go Irish.
Go Irish. All right, Oregon at Washington State. We all have Oregon.
Whack.
Arkansas at A&M. I have Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Taking A&M.
Taken A&M. Wisconsin at Ohio State. I have Ohio State.
Buckeyes.
Wisconsin fucking up Ohio State's season.
Yeah, I have Ohio State. I have no faith in Wisconsin doing anything.
Wisconsin's going to get killed. Kansas State at Oklahoma. I actually took Kansas State, and I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I'll take Oklahoma. But I think this is going to be a competitive game. We all took Oklahoma. And then last game, USC versus Oregon State. I have the Beavers. And listen, I'm not picking against no Beavers.
Trojans.
I am taking the Trojan men for your Beavers.
Yeah, the Beavers and the Trojans are
They're
getting.
going to wrap them up.
That's what I'm talking about. Round them up.
Yeah, I think it's a safe pick to go with USC.
Yeah, I took Oregon State. Number one, so if we can go ahead and do our upsets real quick before we get into the specific games. Oregon State is actually riding
Beavers.
Oregon State is actually riding a pretty long home win streak. I don't remember what it was. I didn't go back to look it up. But I took them based on the fact that they're riding that home win streak. And I don't think that USC is going to go undefeated. I think they're a little too pumped up. I think they're good. But this is my upset of the week. I'm taking the Beavers. You guys want to go ahead and do your upsets of the week? Earl, you got one?
No, I mean, I would love to see my Terps beat Michigan. That would be a big upset right there.
Yeah, you might want to go with somebody who you actually picked to be an upset of the week. You picked Michigan. Are you picking an upset?
No, I don't have any upsets.
Oh, okay. Jamie, you got an upset of the week?
No, not from this list.
Okay, well, from what then? What generally speaking, who you got?
Um,
We'll come back to it. Zach, what do you got?
I got Wisconsin over Ohio State. This is more of just kind of like the same reason I picked Seattle against the Broncos and you guys all laughed at me.
Because they're rivals?
Well, I feel like the Ohio State-Wisconsin game is always one where I'm like, Ohio State should blow them out. And it always ends up being close. And then Wisconsin gets them here and there. And Ohio State, I'm not really sure what to make of them because they scored 20 on Notre Dame and they played a couple of garbage teams. They just dropped like 80 on Toledo or something. But I just think it's going to be an ugly game and Wisconsin's going to sneak it out for the upset and derail their season.
Yeah, I think historically speaking, I would agree with you. But I do think I think Wisconsin is not very good. I just don't see that one coming. But that's your upset of the week. Jamie, do you got anything?
No, I don't think there's
Yeah.
going to be any upsets.
Really?
Bold.
Yeah,
All right, yeah.
I just looked at the top 25, and I think I can't see any of the top 25 teams losing to who they're playing.
I think Wake
All right.
Forest is also worth watching, keeping an eye on at least with Clemson, because Clemson's offense has also been having issues. So
Is Wake playing Clemson this week?
yeah,
I mean,
Oh, I didn't even know that. I would have put them on the list.
Yeah, you've been struggling with these lists.
Yeah, I might take that as an upset too. I'll take 2 upsets. Since Jamie didn't take one, I'll take his. I'll take Wake over Clemson. I think I don't know if Wake's actually going to beat Clemson, but I think Wake can score. I don't have a lot of faith in Clemson, and I do think that Pitt wins the ACC this year. And that's not just because we played them. I'm not trying to pump up Pitt. I'm not a Pitt fan all of a sudden. I think Pitt's solid, and I know you guys were texting about Pitt struggling in their game. They were playing third string quarterback. So I don't think Clemson's going to defeat it regardless. And I wouldn't be surprised if Wake knocks them off this weekend. I did not realize they were playing.
I mean,
Must have skipped
Florida
over that.
could be an upset.
Who
Florida.
Damn.
dropped this motherfucker off?
Get into it.
Holy shit.
Let's get into
All right,
it.
let's get into the Tennessee Florida game. So just so everybody knows, we are heading down to Knoxville. So me, Jamie, Zach, and a few other people for this game. Game day will be there, but game day doesn't matter. What matters is that we'll be there. The podcast is going to Knoxville. And we will be recording when we get home.
Is it?
So
Are we able to set up a little booth down there and do a live?
yeah, we could set up a booth at the Crystal.
All right, never mind.
It will be pretty cool to get down there, get to the game. I don't give a shit about game day, but you know, it'll generate more excitement, I guess, for the younger people that like that still like game day and that kind of crap. I'm pretty excited about the game. And to answer your question, Earl, can Florida upset Tennessee? I do think that Florida certainly can do it. I think they have the talent. They have the defensive talent for sure. They can make stops on defense, and they can contain the run. I think with Florida, it really comes down to what you do with their offense. I think if we shut down their run, they just can't sustain throwing the ball. The quarterback is just too bad. Unless he has a weird game and throws the ball out of his mind, we should win. But can Florida upset Tennessee? There's absolutely no doubt about that. We got to come in and play a good game, clean game. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's just as simple as that. Like the way for Tennessee to win the game is to shut down Florida's running attack and make the quarterback throw the ball. It's very simple to me. I don't see any other storylines from that game. The only way Florida can win the game is if they have a ton of rushing yards and you guys struggle to stop their running game.
That's the way I see it. Zach?
yeah, it's a really weird matchup because Florida's going to want to have like a lot of time of possession and run the ball and really control the clock. And obviously, we play where our touchdown drives are like 2 minutes or less. So I think the longer the game goes, that it's close actually favors Florida, just because of the style of play and if they're possessing the ball enough to wear the defense down. But on the other side, if we come out and play the way that we can play, it would really put Florida in a bind if they are put into a position where they have to throw, because that's not their style. And we're definitely capable of doing it. I mean, if we come out hot, we could fucking run them off the field. So yeah, it's definitely a strange matchup, and it's Tennessee, Florida, so that's always, it's always a weird game, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I agree with you. I think if we come up and if we go up 3 scores, 17-0, 21-3, 20-3, something like that, I think it turns into a rout very, very fast. I think Florida's been hanging on by a thread in their first 3 games, and to get those 2 wins, we're very, very fortunate. Some things that had to happen to go their way, so they can definitely be had in a big way. But they're still an SEC team with SEC talent, and they're dangerous, and you got to come in and play a clean game. Earl, you got any thoughts on this game? Have you really watched too much of Tennessee or Florida?
Yeah, I have watched them. I think, well, first of all, Florida and Tennessee always have good games. I mean, they're pretty They've always been pretty good. I don't think the series is I just looked it up, 31-20 in favor of Tennessee, I think.
Florida.
Sure. Florida, yeah.
It's Florida.
Florida. But the last 10 years, I mean, Tennessee probably wasn't at its best, and Florida was I think a little stronger in the last 10 years, probably. So maybe be more equal if Tennessee had some good games the last 10 years. But I think, like you said, I really do think that I watched Florida, I think one game, and I watched some highlights of them before. I know you say that quarterback can't pass, but I think he's very athletic, and I think he can run the ball. So there might be some trouble if you guys try to stop that run and he gets a couple quick passes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely possible. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm picking Tennessee to win.
Are you hoping for an upset?
No,
Sounds like it.
no, no. We were just talking about if it could happen. I think anytime it's a possibility. Those two
Motherfucker's trying to stir the pot. That's all he's trying to do.
Those two teams play tough.
I was being serious.
My life, but people
Nobody
do fucking
listens.
hate on your teams, and they like to root against your teams. I'm being sincere. Last night when we were texting, I was texting those dudes about the Ravens. He wrote back, "You're a hater." I'm like, I don't hate it all. Like, I don't fucking hate your team or Lamar. I just don't think he can throw. And you guys turned into a hater thing. Like, I don't really hate on people's teams like that, but people do. And at this point in my life, I'm like, fucking hate away. Who gives a shit?
I'm not hating on Tennessee.
No. I wouldn't say you are. I'm saying because Jamie's asking the question about
You
hating.
do hate on Notre Dame.
No. See that? No, I don't hate on Notre Dame. I hate Notre Dame. There's a difference. I've hated Notre Dame since I started watching football. I've hated Notre Dame as long as I've loved Tennessee. So no, it has nothing. If I started hating them because you're a fan, that would be hating on them. I hate them.
Yeah, you don't want to see them do well, and you're happy whenever they do poorly.
See, that's not true. That's not true. When Notre Dame was playing USC, when USC was at the top with Reggie Bush and all those guys, I was rooting for Notre Dame. I didn't like USC even more or less or whatever. So I don't always root against Notre Dame. And when Notre Dame is mediocre, I don't root against them because I don't care. When they're good, yeah, I want to see them. I want to see them stumble because I don't like the program. I don't like the arrogance. I don't like the fans and their elitism. Oh, we're independent, so fuck you and fuck the conferences. We do what we want to do. Like, go fuck yourself. I don't like the calls they get on the field. I think they get all kinds of bullshit calls on the field. I do respect Notre Dame and the history and the tradition and the talent and the recruiting. So I still do respect the program. But I don't root for them to win. No. But that's not hating on them. It's hating them. Difference.
It's more extreme.
No, it's more sincere.
Yeah.
I'm not rooting against them because of any one person. I don't like them.
Yeah. I mean, you're really like narrowing hating on something to hating on someone's team because of them. But
Right.
I mean, hating is a very broad thing. I guess you have to be a hater to understand.
But usually people use it to mean like jealous and kind of spiteful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm not at all. Not at all. I don't like what ever since they signed their TV deal.
You
Listen, Notre Dame is a polarizing team.
There are teams though where your energy level changes when they lose. I will say that.
Okay.
The Ravens,
Me or in general?
That's true.
Ravens and Notre Dame are at the top of that list.
Yes.
And I'm not calling you a hater. I'm just saying those are the teams that you celebrate when they lose. Like you were happy when we lost to Marshall. You were laughing and shit, making jokes. And then today you were making fun of the Ravens for blowing that lead.
That's totally not true. This is the honest truth. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. When Notre Dame lost to Marshall, I couldn't believe it. I wasn't even happy. I'm like, holy shit! How did they? I was actually confused.
Well, that
I'm
makes.
like, I just watched them play Ohio State. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And I kind of felt like, yeah, this is what I was concerned about with this coach and the unknown. So I was actually just looking at it from what's the problem standpoint. I was not celebrating the loss. I didn't celebrate them until we got on here, and I was just throwing some jabs at you, and that was just fucking around. And it was the next day. I didn't do it right after the game. But then the Ravens game today, I actually wasn't even thinking that much about it until I started getting the text messages from people, from Ravens fans, being, oh, Lamar MVP and this and that. I'm like, you motherfuckers. So, yeah, of course, when they lost, I'm like, that's what you get, bitch. And so I texted them back and I said, maybe wait till the game's over to talk shit next time, because clearly 21 points ain't enough. So, yeah, I was celebrating that when people talk shit to me. I'm just sitting here watching the game.
So you're
That ain't
just,
fucking it.
I like how you say Ravens fans, though. They're your friends. I mean, your friends, family.
Yeah, but once the game's on, they turn into different people.
Like werewolves.
yeah. And they use a lot of profanity, so they're really swear wolves.
cut that.
I know. I couldn't. I knew I was gonna have to edit it, and I couldn't fucking resist saying it.
Is Kelly like in your ear giving you jokes?
No, that is a Kelly joke.
A swear wolf?
A swear wolf.
Might drop from this call. Timestamp.
It's from a fucking. I was watching this movie, man. This shit cracked me up where the werewolves were arguing with the vampires, and the one werewolf cussed, and the other was like, "Hey, we're werewolves, not swear wolves." I fucking died laughing. So I've been waiting to use it. Anyway, no, Earl. So the reason I say Ravens fans, you're right. They are my friends, and that's why, like, if the Ravens lose, I'm not rooting for you guys to be miserable. But if the Ravens fans, and that's during the game, start texting me as Ravens fans, yeah, you're gonna get it if they lose. You started it. I'm fucking minding my business. You're trying to rub in that your team is winning as if I'm a hater, and I'm not hating. See what I'm saying?
So you're just the finisher.
I see what you're saying, but you are a hater. You are a Ravens hater.
I think it's also pretty normal to be like annoyed by the fans of a town you live in if you're not from there, you're not a fan.
It's definitely normal.
Yeah.
I would love to know. If you went
hold on. What Zach said.
Let me ask you though, Earl. If you went to an opposing state, if you went to a Tennessee game and people pelted you with fucking hot dogs and sodas and beer, would you still be a fan of that team? Fuck no.
First of all, you were doing some drunk ass stuff at that game. Doesn't
Only
deserve
after they
it.
started hitting me. They
Doesn't-
started hitting me first.
Doesn't deserve it.
How do you remember?
Me?
Yeah.
Like it was yesterday. You think you get remember when people start pelting you with fucking hot dogs? It doesn't happen every day.
So you weren't antagonizing at all. They just started throwing hot dogs at you.
In all, see, Earl probably remembers it differently. But this is the God's honest truth.
No. Let me say, I don't think Anthony was antagonizing anyone. He was pointing out his Peyton Manning jersey when they scored a touchdown, giving the thumbs on the back of the. You were doing that, but I mean,
I kind of side with the Ravens fans. If you're at the stadium and you're flexing and pointing to the back of your jersey, you deserved it. Like if you're just and like cheering for your team, no problem. But like if you're a douchebag, you gotta take hot dogs for that.
That's true. And see, this is how stories get twisted. So what really happened was I was actually cheering for the Ravens. So at this point in time, and Earl doesn't remember this, but this is the truth. At this point in time, I actually did root for the Ravens. And so Jamal Lewis had just got done playing with the Ravens. They had just come off the Super Bowl a couple of years before. And so I actually did root for the Ravens at that point in time. So when we went to the game, we were actually having the conversation, or I don't know if you remember this. And I said, yeah, I hope the Ravens win. I just want to see Peyton do well.
yeah.
And so when Peyton was scored touchdowns, I was cheering and clapping. Of course, I'm cheering loud like everybody else. But when the Ravens scored, I was standing up cheering as well.
Yeah.
But what happened? But what happened was it was a blowout. And so when Peyton was still throwing touchdowns and I was still clapping, people started hitting me with hot dogs. And so that's when I started pointing my jersey and saying, "Fuck you, motherfuckers." That's when I started to get more obnoxious and started getting more in your face. And when I left that stadium, that's when I said, "Fuck these fucking fans." So that's when it all turned. So don't make it sound like I just woke up and said, I think I'm just going to hate the Ravens fans today. No. Anybody who goes into a stadium gets pelted with hot dogs and beer is going to say the same fucking thing.
A lot of people hate Ravens fans. There's Ravens fans that hate other Ravens fans.
Exactly.
Yeah, the thing that made me start rooting against the Ravens was every Ravens fan that I knew would text me every time Tennessee fucking lost a game, talking shit.
Exactly. That's the other shit they do.
I never did.
No, not you, but my
You'd be
friends.
the only one. I
Yeah.
get text you know how many text messages I get when Tennessee loses? I get text messages when Tennessee's women's basketball team loses in the fucking tournament.
Yeah, I think in your scenario it has more to do with you than like the people that are texting Zach, those people are probably assholes. The people texting you are probably just getting some kind of revenge on some shit you already did.
That's a fucked up perspective.
But I mean, if you ask Earl and Zach, they understand where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's funny.
Before we move on from the Tennessee Florida game, I also just wanted to point out that this is Florida's first road game this season, which is weird. Curious to see, how they perform on the road, because they had Utah at home and then Kentucky at home.
Is that where we started this whole conversation? Was breaking
Yeah,
down
it
Tennessee Florida?
is.
This is bad. We're getting way off topic.
Yeah, that's all good. I'm gonna cut a lot of that Ravens bullshit, that discussion, but because we started to go in circles a little bit, but I don't it don't matter.
You should
Yeah,
probably tell everything after Swearwolf, and then we'll.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep Swearwolf.
But yeah, I mean,
Anyway,
the fucking environment's gonna be crazy at that game too.
yeah, the stadium's gonna be absolutely fucking rocking and deafening. And yeah, it's gonna be filled with good Tennessee fans and asshole Florida fans.
Zach,
That will have their little section.
Zach, did you figure out what color you have to wear?
Yeah, we're
White.
white.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're all white. I think for every time I've been there to checkerboard the end zone, I think I've been white every time. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me, but it would be nice to be orange at some point. I mean, goddamn.
They checkerboard the whole stadium, right?
Yeah.
You said the end zone.
Oh, I meant the stadium.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think you guys are gonna have a great time there.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. All right. So look, let's move on to some other games because we're all going to be at the Tennessee game. So we'll do a thorough recap of our whole experience at Knoxville. But another game that's definitely we got to get to is the Notre Dame UNC game. And I actually preseason thought that Notre Dame kind of rolls UNC, especially after I saw UNC's first couple games. Clearly not now, but Jamie, what are your thoughts coming into this game before we go around the horn?
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of the maybe most interesting and maybe exciting games of the weekend, just because of all the dynamics going into it. You have Notre Dame, who has an offense that struggles majorly, and our defense has been okay, pretty good. We've let up a few drives and some points, but they're definitely the strength of our unit. With UNC, they have a pretty good offense. They can move the ball, they can score, they have some athletes, but their defense is so bad. So I think it's going to be a pretty interesting game to see, how it unfolds. Looking forward to, I'll be in Knoxville watching the Tennessee Florida game, which is actually the same time as the Notre Dame game. So I have to keep tabs on my phone, but I think it could potentially be a very interesting game.
Zach or Earl, you guys want to go next, or you want me to go?
I think it's like a parallel to our game, honestly, except our defense is better than UNC's. But you have Notre Dame who can't score shit and UNC who can't stop shit. So I mean, to me, this is a coin flip type game because I could easily see Notre Dame winning. I wouldn't be surprised at all if their defense, stifles UNC's offense and their offense just runs the ball a lot and really controls the game. I wouldn't be surprised at all by that. But I could also see UNC coming out and scoring a couple quick touchdowns and then Notre Dame being like in a shitload of trouble. It's a really strange matchup. So they should be interesting.
I
What do you got,
believe.
Earl?
No, I believe if Notre Dame plays like they did against Ohio State, which I think they still can, I think they can hold North Carolina down, and I think North Carolina probably will not be able to stop Notre Dame. Not like they're going to score 50 points, but I think they're going to be able to score on North Carolina.
So Earl, you took Notre Dame. Zach and I took Carolina. Jamie obviously took Notre Dame, but so give me what's your score prediction for the game?
I think the score will probably be more like 35-21.
Notre Dame?
Yeah. I think they're going to. I think they're going to score on North Carolina.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's really an interesting take. I actually think it's going to be more like 45-25 Carolina. I don't think Notre Dame's going to be able to stop Carolina. I don't think Carolina's that good, but I think Notre Dame's got issues all over the field. And I think that Notre Dame's defense is going to have too much strain on it because their offense just can't keep enough possessions, and Notre Dame can move the ball. And so I don't think it's that Notre Dame's defense is that bad. I just don't think there's anything to provide relief from Notre Dame's offense. So I think they might go back and forth a little bit early, but I think that North Carolina is going to score too many points and make Notre Dame go to a mode that they're not comfortable with to throw the ball around. And I think it's probably going to be a little bit of trouble there. So it's not, I'm not saying, I'm not shitting on Notre Dame saying, yeah, they're going to get blown out, but I do think that because of the style, I think it gets away from them late. In the second half.
Zach, what was your score?
I didn't give one. I would say probably like 27-20. I think North Carolina will probably give up a lot of yards, but I don't know if they'll give up a lot of points. And I'm not sure how good their offense actually is. I mean, they seem like they have a good quarterback and can move the ball, but it's just hard to say when they haven't really played anybody yet.
Yeah.
So I think Notre Dame will be more physical. So it's another one where I think the longer the game is close, the more it favors Notre Dame.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. So just real quick, how many points do you think Carolina scores? I think over 40. Jack, you think under 30?
Around 30, high 20s, low 30s.
Or you think
I said
30?
27-17. So
I think I said 35-24, something like that.
So you think under 30, and Jamie, what do you think about Carolina's score? You think under 30 also?
Yeah, I don't. There's no fucking way they score more than 40 points. If you're saying that they're going to score 40 points or more, I'll make that bet. My score prediction would be 31-24. We're going to be able to score on.
We were pretty damn close.
We're going to be able to score on North Carolina, and
No doubt.
like some other people have said, we don't really know how good North Carolina's offense is. They've been able to score points, but they haven't played anyone. And I believe in our defense, and I think that we're going to be able to score. So while it'll be a close game, just because that's kind of where our team is right now, unless Drew Pine takes, crazy strides, which he took big strides from one half to the next half. So, but I'm expecting a close game, 31-24.
Okay. So we're all on record that you guys got Carolina most likely under 30. Zach is teetering around the 30 line. Earl, Jamie under 30, and then I absolutely think upwards of 40, but we'll see. It's not because I think Notre Dame is that bad. It's because I don't think they're that good. I think their offense is that bad. It's going to be the strain late, but I already said that. All right. So what about Wisconsin, Ohio? We already talked about this last episode. I don't think we need to go into the Wisconsin, Ohio State. Earl, how do you think Maryland beats Michigan? You picked Michigan, but you want Maryland to upset them. So what do you think? What do you think Maryland needs to do there to beat Michigan, other than Michigan's bus breaking down, not showing up?
yeah, I was gonna say poison their locker room.
Wait a minute, it's a home game for Michigan, so.
No, I believe we need to score a lot of points. We're not going to be able to stop them. We're not going to be able to stop them. I think we can score. Well, I'm picking Michigan. If we score 45, 49, close to 50 points, we have a chance.
This is your key to success. My key to success is score 60 points in a football game.
We did that one year to Ohio. I think it was like 63-61. We lost.
Right.
You're playing Ohio State, not Ohio.
I'm in Ohio State. Sorry.
I think the only way that Maryland wins this game is if Michigan has like 5 turnovers.
Earl just basically gave the explanation of if we score more points than Ohio State, we can win.
He did. And it had to be 50.
Yeah, around 50 points. I think we have a chance.
That's the mark.
The defense is so
on.
bad that 50 is not even a guarantee.
Yeah. If you score 50,
That's what's
you have a-
crazy. That's what's crazy that you keep saying, I think if we score 50, we have a chance. Holy
Hey,
cow.
look it up. We when we played Ohio State one, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago,
I
it was
remember.
like 63-61. We have a chance if we scored a lot of points.
Oh, it wasn't 63-61. It was, I'm pretty sure it was in the 30s. So you can look that up.
I
Otherwise,
will.
I'll have to booth review you because it was not in the 60s.
Either way, I think unless Michigan just turns the ball over a shitload, it's going to be an ugly game for Maryland.
Yeah, I mean, I think Earl's already kind of outlined it's going to be an ugly fucking game. He's saying if Maryland scores 50, they got a chance. that's some Dumb and Dumber shit, man. So you're saying there's a chance. All right.
You asked me how I think we could do it, and that's how we have to do
I
it. We
know,
have to
but I
score a
didn't
lot
think
of
your
points.
answer was going to be score more points. I mean, god damn.
What?
I didn't know your answer was going to be score more points.
I'm
Oh, if
saying
we score more
we have
points,
to
I think we
score.
win.
I know. I didn't say score more points. I said we're going to have to score a lot of points to win. We're not
But
going to be able to
50
hold them, so that we're going to have to try to score as much as they do. I mean, it's going to be high.
I got you. Listen, we've got your keys to success. Score more points than you've scored all season against the FCS or whatever they are, the Division II schools.
The score was 52-51. I was a little off.
You were a little off. I
That
was,
was-
a little under you.
I
Huh?
said 63-61, but it was
That was against Ohio State.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That's crazy. I don't even remember
That
that.
was a good game.
I don't
That was a
either.
great. Maryland fucked up. Maryland was running all over them. That was still when Urban Meyer was there, and Maryland was running all over them. And then when they scored late in the game, they went for fucking two. I couldn't understand it.
I
Just
know.
take the extra point, go to overtime. They've not stopped you yet running the ball.
And the
I
guy
didn't
was
understand
open.
the decision.
The guy was open for the 2-point, and he dropped it.
What year was this game? Because Earl, you
2018.
said like 2 or 3 years ago,
2018.
and Anthony's saying Urban Meyer.
It's 2018.
It was Urban Meyer. It was
Might
Urban
have
Meyer.
been his last year.
You guys can look it up. It was definitely Urban
It's
Meyer.
November 17th, 2018.
Yeah, I mean it's 2022. Urban Meyer's only been gone from Ohio State 3 years.
Yeah, that was his last year then. Okay.
If has he been gone for 3 years? This is Ryan Day's third season, right?
Well, he took a year off, right? And then he went to Jacksonville for a year to finger their women, and then now he's an analyst.
You know, Nebraska's trying to get him hired already.
That's a smart move if you're Nebraska.
So,
I mean,
so we were outraged that Fox put him on set so fast, and now Nebraska's trying to hire him.
Hey, desperate times. Nebraska is the one team I would be like, fuck it. Go do what you got to do, man. They've looked so bad for so long. And Urban Meyer, I mean, Nebraska is historically that running spread. I mean, they did it with the triple option, but they are that running style team. And Nebraska would love to bring that shit back with Urban Meyer. They would love it. I mean, they don't give a fuck about the some of the other stuff.
I mean, he's a winner. Like, for as much of a piece of shit as he is, he's won at Utah, Florida, Ohio State. I mean,
He is a
Yeah.
winner and he is a piece of shit. They're correct on both counts. He's a
He was
fucking
the
asshole.
loser in the NFL.
yeah, so is Saban. So is Spurrier.
Correct. So was Chip Kelly. You go there. That's a long list of fucking coaches that busted the NFL.
Yeah.
The NFL is a different animal. College football is where it's at anyway. I don't know why these guys try to make that jump. And the way that they're paying now these coaches in college football,
Exactly.
who needs to fucking deal with the NFL and all those egos and all that bullshit?
Yep.
NFL coaching is personality management, fucking budgeting.
Speaking of money, the Tennessee, they gave your guys' coach a raise and an extension.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
good with that or too soon?
No, I'm good
I
with
think
it.
too soon.
No, I'm good with it because I don't think it was I don't think they overreached. I don't think they were saying, hey, we're going to add 5 years to your contract and bump you up this X amount. No, I think it was basically we appreciate what we've seen so far. And by the way, let's get your salary up to market level. I think the salary was a bit low compared to what the coaches are coming in at now. So I don't have an issue with it. I think it was showing the coach that we're invested in if things continue to go in the right direction. We didn't break the bank with a 3-4 year extension, a couple $1 million a year raise, something stupid. I like it. Let the guy know that you want him there and if he keeps having success, I mean, what do you want? The dude to turn around and leave? Everybody's projecting that Mark Stoops is gone from Kentucky after this season. Everybody I've heard on television is predicting that Stoops is going from Kentucky at the end of the season. That they've been too successful. He's going to be in too much demand. And he's going to go to a premier football program. So, you would have to ask that question: Should they be investing more in him right now and get him, get these guys tied up? You see how hard it is to get a good coach in. You guys are getting ready to see, because I'm not even talking shit. I think Freeman, going back to Notre Dame, North Carolina. I don't think Marcus Freeman is going to be the guy. I truly don't. I don't care what he does at this point, unless he just starts blowing people out and looks like a different team for the rest of the season and be like, all right, that was a weird start, but he got it on track. But outside of that, nah, I give him one season. They won't. They'll give him a couple of years, which I don't understand, because you're the number 5 after last season, number 5 coming in this season, plenty of talent. So I don't know what you hope to happen over 3 years, but we'll see. Notre Dame doesn't strike me as the job where you let people learn on the job. You want them to be ready to make your program competitive. All right, let's do the NFL picks. We've gone through enough of the college. So we're not keeping track of these picks other than what's on the recording, but we'll just go through real quick. So Thursday night, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Let's keep the same order. We'll go me, Earl, Zach, and Jamie. Pittsburgh, Cleveland. These are not written down, so I don't know who's taking what. I have Pittsburgh.
I have Pittsburgh.
I'll take the Browns.
I'm rolling with the Browns as well.
Oh, good. Split. Next, Houston, Chicago. This is a shitty game. I would say who cares, but we said we'd pick it, so let's pick it. This is my fillator of the week, by the way. I'll take Chicago.
I'm taking Houston.
I'll take the Bears.
I'm going with the Bears.
So Las Vegas at Tennessee. I got the Titans.
I'm taking the Titans.
I'll take the Titans.
I got the Raiders.
Fuck you. All right, the Chiefs at the Colts. I got the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs. Colts suck.
Colts.
I'll take the Colts for the upset.
You know it's not a rivalry game, right? I got the Chiefs.
All right, Buffalo at Miami. I think this is a good game, but I saw Miami's defense on display today. I'm taking Buffalo.
Buffalo's too strong. It's going to be a close game, though.
Yeah, I think I'll pick the Bills every single week, even though they're not going to go undefeated.
Yeah, I like that strategy, Zach. That's what I'm going to do all year.
All right, Detroit at Minnesota. I'm going to take the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings strong.
Vikings.
Good. Baltimore at New England. I think this is a really interesting game. I'm taking the Patriots because I already took them on our preseason picks. I'm going to stick with them. And it's at New England and Baltimore, man. They look shaky today on defense. I got New England.
I'm going with the Ravens. We're going to get our cornerbacks, or safety back will be good.
This is a weird one because I picked the Patriots preseason, but their offense is fucking shit. I think I'll pick the Ravens.
I think I took the Patriots too preseason, but I'm going to switch that to the Ravens. I just don't like what I've seen out of the Patriots so far.
Yeah, I hear you guys. I just can't pick Baltimore. I can't do
it. He's picking them to go winless the way I'm picking the Bills to go undefeated.
He's like, I'm not a hater, but they can't beat anybody.
I'm not a hater, but I fucking hate them.
It's different. They're two different things.
They are two different things. No, I'm not a hater on Baltimore. It is in New England. It is. I think it's a coin flip game. I honestly do. I think it's gonna be a really close game. But I ain't fucking taking Baltimore. So next is Cincinnati at the Jets. I'll take the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Yeah, I think the Bengals will turn it around now.
Yeah, the Bengals get their first win.
All right,
Perfect time.
Philly at Washington. I guess I'll take Philly. Washington sucks. And they got a stupid ass name, that commander bullshit. Philly.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah, I go with the Eagles also.
Eagles.
New Orleans at Carolina. I actually am going to take Carolina.
Yeah, Saints, they're just not looking too good. They have a good defense. I think I'm gonna go with the Saints. I think I'm going with
I'm
the Saints.
fucking throwing curveballs.
I know, man. I
The Saints look really shitty. Give me the Saints.
the defense is good.
The Panthers have lost like 8 games in a row or something, right?
The Panthers suck. I'm
Yeah,
going
they're
with the
bad.
Saints.
Yeah, I have to go with the Saints too.
All right. Let me ask you. I'm sticking with Carolina. I think Jameis Winston's a complete fucking bum. But did he get hurt today also?
I don't think
Did he
so.
get hurt? Is he
No.
injured?
They said he was playing with some injuries, but he's playing.
And Kamara and Ingram are both injured too, right?
Yeah, Kamara didn't play today.
Yeah, we'll see if they make it back.
Man, that's like a battle of the fucking head cases between
Yeah,
Winston
it's-
and Mayfield.
Yes, ain't that the truth? They should just let those dudes box.
They probably will in a few years. That's what all the athletes are doing now after they retire and need money. They just
Who
box.
are you taking? So if Winston boxes Mayfield, who you got?
Jameis easily. Baker's too
Why?
small. Too small.
Yeah.
Winston's small.
Jameis.
Winston, yes.
No, he,
I thought they're both
He's
like
bigger than
6'2".
Dan Bayfield.
Maybe a couple inches. Jameis Winston's not that tall.
I'm telling you, if you pulled up their height,
I'll do it real quick while you guys are talking.
I know you can't find their reach, but Mayfield is not a long person.
No. I know Mayfield's small. I know.
And
But
Winston,
I'm telling you right now, Jameis Winston's not a big quarterback.
James Winston's probably 6'2".
He's listed as 6'4".
Who? That's
Winston.
some bullshit. He's not 6'4".
I was gonna say 6'3" before he said that. 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, Mayfield's listed as 6'1".
Baker's 6'.
Mayfield's 5'10".
He's lucky.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They all fudge on this shit. All right. So who's got Jamie has Winston easy. Earl, who you got?
I have Winston easy.
Really?
KO. First round KO.
Yeah,
Who you
Baker
got?
Mayfield just seems like a giant bitch. I'd take Winston.
He's just got a mouth. He's a
Yeah.
pussy. He'll get knocked down in the first round.
Knocked down the first round.
Yeah.
I'm taking Mayfield. I think once he gets hit, I think he goes crazy.
You know, we might not be too far off from actually seeing this fight. So
Yeah.
I'm not taking it because I think he's probably a better fighter. I think it's fucking off. So I think as soon as Winston tags him, I think he just flips the fuck out. All right. So we book it. We got our picks in for whenever it happens. All right. Next is Jacksonville at the Chargers.
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 What are you thinking about
Yeah.
I was trying to think about how hurt the quarterback was.
Chargers by 1 million with the
Yeah.
backup.
with no quarterback. You still thinking?
No, I said Chargers.
Okay.
I was just debating on if they were gonna have their starter or not.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. Next is the Rams at the Cards. I'm taking the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams.
Rams.
I'll go Rams.
Falcons at Seahawks. Zach's boys, the Seahawks with Geno. I'm taking the fucking Falcons.
Wow. I think I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
Yeah, it's in Seattle. Fuck it, I'll take them again.
Rivalry.
Well, Falcons are 0-2, so
Yeah, I'm going Falcons.
Really?
Okay. Next is the 425 game. This is a good game, maybe. The Packers and the Tampa Bay. So you got the overpaid quarterback versus mid-divorce quarterback. I will take. I still think mid-divorce quarterback is better than
The hippie.
the overpaid bust of a Packer team. I think Rodgers is all they got. I'm taking the Bucks. I know that was a long way to get there, but I'm taking the Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks. Their defense is better than the Packers, so I'm going with the Bucks.
I think it's gonna be a beat down for the Bucks. I think that they'll beat the shit out of the Packers.
Really? Have you seen Tom Brady lately? He looks like he's been beat down.
Yeah,
James?
I'm taking the Bucks.
All right. Next, the Niners at the Broncos. I will take the Niners.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with 49ers. Denver, I mean, just Denver hasn't put any good games together yet. I mean,
Well, they got Russell Wilson. That's what they paid for, right? So there you go.
Yeah, I'll take the Niners with Garoppolo taking his job back.
Yeah, I'm going with the Niners as well. They got their true starter back.
Yeah, Jimmy G time. He's awesome. Yeah, he's awesomely bad. All right, next is the Cowboys at the Giants. I will take the Giants.
at the Giants, huh? I'll go with the Giants this week.
I'll take the Giants.
I'm going Cowboys. I actually think that Cooper Rush looks better than Dak Prescott, so I'm going Cowboys.
All right. So that's a wrap on the picks. So it's a couple of interesting games if you're into the NFL. I actually want to see the quarterback fight, to be honest with you.
Did you guys see that Le'Veon Bell and Adrian Peterson box?
They already boxed.
Oh,
Yeah,
Didn't Le'Veon Bell knock him out?
did Bell win?
Le'Veon Bell knocked him out.
Oh yeah.
It was brutal.
Le'Veon Bell knocked him out.
Yeah,
What is he? He's probably 15 years younger than him.
I don't think he's that much
10 years.
younger.
Adrian Peterson's big, man. He's bigger than Le'Veon Bell. I would have bet on Peterson. That would have been wrong, but I would have taken Peterson. Would you guys have taken Bell before the fight?
That's a toss-up. But
Why do you think it's a toss?
because AP is a little bit older, and if you looked at both of them, Le'Veon Bell looks like, I mean, he just played in the league last year, and he looked a lot more in shape than AP was. So
He was on a roster. I mean, he didn't get on the field too much.
he got meaningful carries last year with the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
He scored touchdowns.
I think he scored a touchdown.
Either way, he's in NFL shape.
Booth check it. Yeah, he's definitely in better shape. That's definitely a factor.
But you can be in good shape and still get your ass whipped. I'm asking you based on what you know. I mean, Adrian Peterson's a big dude. I would have taken Peterson. I guess you guys all were saying you would have taken Bell.
I would have taken Peterson probably just based on size, but I don't know the age difference either.
What kind of? I mean, was it a 3-round fight or?
I'm not
Well,
sure. It was just a
yeah.
boxing
Not-
exhibition.
Okay.
Did you guys see Nate Diaz last fight?
Mm-mm.
Jamie, did you see it?
I didn't even watch it. He was fighting Tony Ferguson, who he also has lost his last 5 fights. So that whole card was a mess.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like the guy that he fought was a fan. Like after the game, he kept like praising it. It was weird.
Yeah, and Nate Diaz, his last fight, he was fighting the fight as if he wasn't even trying to win. And I know he was doing that in this fight too. He was like taking breaks and acting stupid. And he's been wanting to get out of his UFC contract for a long time now. So it was just it was a train wreck altogether. I didn't even support it, and I'm a huge UFC fan.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit to watch the fight. I just happened to go over to the bar to get something to eat after Tennessee beat Pitt. And it just happened to be on when I was over there because it was so late. So I watched it. I don't really get into the UFC stuff, but I'm like, this is weird. But either way.
Was that a plug?
A plug for what?
An excuse to bring up the fact that Tennessee beat Pitt?
Oh, no, it wasn't a plug, but I know that I know it drives you crazy.
The podcast is sponsored by the UFC. Now you didn't know that?
Yeah.
They saw the listeners we're getting.
Let's do that. If you could pick the first sponsor that we get, as if we'll ever get one, but if you could pick the first sponsor, who would it be?
Mine's pretty easy. It would be Chipotle.
That's a
And
good one.
I would assume that I would get to eat there for free. So that would be pretty lucrative deal.
That's a good one. They might be listening. So let's assume let's assume these guys are listening. They're going to give us a contract. All right. But I'm only taking 300 million. I'm letting you know that right now. It's all got to be guaranteed. Earl, who you want sponsor?
I think I would have to go with someone like Under Armour or Nike so we could get some apparel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Under Armour's good because it's local.
Yeah.
Zach?
Yeah, I was gonna say Nike. Get a bunch of free shit.
All right. I'm taking Bud Light.
Light.
Bud Light.
I want to change mine to Old English.
Earl, you missed the podcast when Zach was drinking a 40 Old English on here. It was a fucking shit show.
They don't really have to give us a deal. You're already doing the work.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we had to throw a whole episode out because he was so fucking drunk by the time we started recording it.
Earl was on that one because we had to re-record on Wednesday.
I was on one where you were drinking, but
Yeah,
you
it was
didn't
that
get
one.
to that one.
Yeah.
All right. Any more sports updates, takeaways, anything you guys want to go through before we get into the week? So I guess the next time we all talk will be after the Tennessee trip. So hopefully we'll be celebrating Notre Dame's win over Carolina, Tennessee's win over Florida, and Maryland. Hopefully we'll score 60 and maybe pull one out against Michigan.
Upset.
Huh? That would be a hell of an upset. Earl has unlocked the formula for all coaches to score more than the other guy.
No.
And then you might win.
Well, that's true, of course, but I said we have to score a lot of points to win.
I know. But 50 is like even more than a lot.
Well, it's a lot. It's all.
All right, fools. Let's get out of here until we do it again. See ya.
That's it.
See ya.